Hello, this is the last session or the 20th lecture on our overall topic of field sales management. And the title of this particular session will be Sales Analytics. And this is a kind of a teaser session because I'm going to take this session very briefly, highlighting some of the things that we do today in sales automation or sales analytics. A lot of the information of this area will be available on websites like salesforce.com. And as I mentioned yesterday's session, we will take up these kind of techniques and processes and models in a later course in more detail. So, sales analytics workflow looks something like this, which you have on your screen. We often actually, sometimes we call it dashboard. So this is actually an input to a dashboard creation. So what we are trying to see here at a top management level, starting from are my sales managers performing? That means what kind of sales pipeline has been created, and how is the sales pipeline in quantity as well as quality. That means, say, how many proposals have been made, how many proposals are outstanding, because number of proposals and number of orders have direct correlation. More proposals made means there are more potential sales. So we have to look at the quantitative as well as qualitative aspect of the sales pipeline. Are deals getting stuck in certain sales targets? Which sales stage is not up to the target? What are the opportunities? What kind of product opportunities are getting stuck? Also the top management can decide that is it something that needs intervention, and then actually the sales manager or the vice president or the president should have opportunity to drill down into the details of why certain things are happening. So here, as you see, overall we want to collect data with respect to the business objectives, sales objectives, and then gain insight by analyzing those data and create a charter for action. So this is the purpose of sales automation or sales analytics. In reality, these are actually taken from salesforce.com. The screens will be looking like this. This is an actual depiction of the sales pipeline. As you can see, the greens are higher potential, high probability, and the blue is, so if the blue is more and the green is less, that means that pipeline quality is not very good. So you can see this is a simple depiction, but to create this green blue distinction, obviously a lot of data input has gone into this particular database. So that will tell you how good is the sales pipeline at a glance. The importance of at a glance is that the top management, or higher you are in the management function, you will have a crunch on your time. So you want to get quick inputs so that you can quickly decide what you are going to do, what will be your intervention contribution to the improvement of results. So then of course you should be able to drill to the next level, that okay, if this is a problem area, then what are the reasons, which are the customers involved, what kind of products are involved, where it is stuck, and what is the size of the opportunity. All of this is the purpose of drilling down deep into the depictions which are here in the top screen. And then one can drill even deeper into a particular case. So as you see, a lot of data will need to come from the Salesforce itself, which are actually nothing but coming out of their sales reports. and if they are regularly filed. And these days, earlier the reports used to be written by hand or typed and then sent, and then there was always a time lag. These days, the salespersons are out with tablets, their smartphones, and inputs are continuous, and therefore every day you can get status input with respect to different sales opportunities which are being pursued. It can be inputs coming directly from the customer meeting, it can be inputs coming from dealer meeting, it can be inputs coming from discussions with sales agents or representatives. So all of those will be inputted, and so that an overall perspective can be immediately provided to the upper level managers day to day, hour by hour, and so on. Also, sales analytics can provide excellent input to the salesperson, the field salesperson, for guiding their day-to-day activities, hour by hour activities. So, a salesperson with respect to, if you remember, these are the different types of salesperson's objectives: prospecting, cross-selling and upselling, territory management, customer care, understanding of user adoption and alignment, and all of these the salesperson can get from the sales analytics screen. From that software service, they can get my top leads, my compensation by product line and account as of now, how far of my quota I have achieved in this period, where all I am lacking. And similarly, it will also get identified cross-sale and upsell opportunities of previous sales already made, and they will get inputs with respect to territory like the pipeline health and how am I doing with respect to actual versus quota, my overdue activities by way of reports and meetings and customer visits and so on. And also, if you are negotiating a particular order, then the sales analytics will provide you on tap on your smartphone or on your tablet so things like that, what is the previous record of this customer, what discount was given to this particular customer earlier, how they are with respect to payment, their recency and frequency, that when was the last order placed, how frequently they place orders. All of these, if you now think in terms of the discussions that we have had before, this will be extremely valuable right at that moment, hot input for negotiation. And also you can get some charter for action, that which accounts now need better coverage, where some technical inputs have to be provided, and where more information need to be supplied to the customer. All of these can be provided to the salesperson in the field. Similarly, to the sales manager, a lot of information can be provided from the sales analytics, that how individual sales employees are doing, how the different, if there are problems coming from other departments due to late delivery or due to some quality problem, all that can be obtained from this report. Lot of forecasting inputs with respect to actual versus quota, expected revenue analysis, the nature of the revenue, that means what percentage of profit is inbuilt in which part of the revenue stream. All that can be provided to the sales manager. This can be extremely useful to the sales manager to guide what they will do day by day, where they will focus right now, what are the things that they must address this week, and so on. So sales managers can quickly determine the overall health of their team's pipeline and retrieve accurate forecast, identify problem areas in their team through this kind of sales analytics. This is a very simple and short introduction to something that needs a lot of discussions, which we will take up in a later course. So as I mentioned, that this is more of a teaser session, a short session, as I conclude our discussions for the last 4 weeks on field sales management. This is a overall CRM driven, customer relationship management driven sales analytics screen. This is often called, as I said, the dashboard, and you can see more of these if you go to salesforce.com and other similar websites. And most large companies are now adopting these. So information and communication technology has created, I would say in a way, a revolution in the way sales data are collected and analyzed in today's organizations. We will discuss these in more detail in a later course. The digital technology impact to sales will be discussed in that course as well. So with that, I conclude our 4 weeks of sessions on management of field sales. Please do bring up your overall questions in the forum, and also send us the questions for the live session that we will be organizing for you. Hope to see you on the forum at the live session in more numbers. Good luck for your examination. Thank you.